Okay, so in today's video, I'm gonna share with you guys 3 tips that will make your life way easier in Obsidian. Tip number 1 will be how you can make templates and how to use them. Tip number 2, I will show you how to center text in a way that's quite fast, and I will also show you how to center images. But the images are gonna be centered automatically without any work involved. That is, every time you paste an image in Obsidian, it will be automatically centered. And the last one, tip number 3, is how you can sync your mobile device with your desktop Obsidian, but without paying the Obsidian Sync services or any other services for that matter. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. One thing that will come in handy pretty often are templates. If you have something that you write over and over in multiple pages, you can save a lot of work by creating a template for it. The way it works is that you create a folder in your Vault's root named templates. Inside it, you guessed it, you put any template, that is, any page that you want to reuse in the future. Let me show you an example. I have this page called Novo, that means new in Portuguese. In this page, I use the title and the date to create a base for any page that I will create in the future. Let me open a random page here to show what I mean. You can see here that every page has a title and the date. And it also has my name because I'm narcissistic, I don't know. I will create here a new page for exemplification. I don't know if that word exists. But let's call it YouTube because I'm really creative. So now what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna press Ctrl and T and this page is gonna show up. Here I can select any of my templates inside the template folder. So I'm gonna select Novo and there you go. I think it's easy to see how useful templates can be. You don't actually have to repeat things over and over. You just go there, create a template and reuse it every time you need. Speaking of templates, our next tip involves the use of templates. Here's one of the most exciting tips in my opinion, because I struggled with this for a longest time, how to center stuff. Because you see, Markdown syntax is great. It allows us to write pretty notes in Obsidian, but you know what it doesn't allow? Freaking century things this. But fear not my lads, because that's why I came up with a solution, both for centralizing text and images. For text is quite simple. As I stated, we are gonna use templates for this. You just need to create a template with an HTML paragraph tag with the align property set to center, and voila, simple as that. When you want text to be in the center, call the template and put your text inside it. Bang! Your text is in the center, I guess. But now let's get into the cool stuff. How to center images. One thing I love about Obsidian is plugin support. And that's a really cool plugin made by Kirill Gavrilov. Sorry for butchering your name, mate, but the plugin is called Emigo plugin. And by the way, from now on I'm gonna call him Cool Guy, cause I cannot say his name again. So, Cool Guy's plugin uses the famous image provider Emigo to host any image you want in your notes. Let's see it in action. We just need to copy any image or even screenshot it ourselves and then paste it inside Obsidian. You can see that the image is quickly uploaded to the Emigo service, relieving us from the burden of storing local image files. That's great and all, but our image is not centralized yet. So I fixed Cool Guy's plugin by tinkering with the source code. It's literally just changing one line in the code. But anyway, with the fuck. With the oh no! With the plugin modified, here's the result. I'm gonna take a screenshot here just to demonstrate. Now all we have to do is paste it inside Obsidian, and there you go. As you can see, the image is centered. Pretty cool, right? But how can you replicate this effect? Here's how. Open your Obsidian configuration menu and go to the plugins page. There, you'll find a button to review the plugins folder in your file explorer. Here, you navigate to the Imgur plugin. And now you have two options. Edit the source code using Notepad, or use a code editor like visualCode or Sublime. Even though it's nicer, it's not necessary to use a code editor. So I'll show you how to edit only using Notepad, and the process is the same in any other program. Right-click it, open as a Notepad, press Ctrl F, and locate this name, embedMarkDownImage. I'll leave it in the description so you can just copy and paste it. You are looking for this code snippet right here. Now pay attention, yours will not contain this line with 2 bars here. This is the line you have to add for the plugin to centralize images for you. Again, I will leave this in the description of the video so you can just copy and paste it. Now you can ignore or straight up delete the original line of code. To ignore it, you simply put 2 bars in the front of it. After that, you're gonna paste the line of code here, and all you have to do is save the file and restart Obsidian. After you've done that, it's done. Now every time you paste an image in Obsidian, it will be automatically centered. Well, you can use templates to achieve this effect, but it's not as automatic. I will show you and you can decide for yourself what to use. All you have to do is create a template containing this. After that, you just call the template and put the link to the image inside here, the source tag. As you guys can see, we have achieved the same effect, but I personally think this is more burdensome to do. So I prefer to modify the plugin and have it automatically do it for me every time. But you choose what is easier for you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on to the third tip. If you would like to sync your mobile device with the vault in your desktop, but you are broken ass like me and don't want to pay for any services, well, I got you. This one is a little bit tricky, so stick with me. Unlike the last one, this one is not my solution. This was published on the Obsidian forum by this guy, so shout out to him. Now, the first thing you have to have is a plugin called Obsidian Git. This plugin enables us to link our vault to a repository online. You can use any website for this, but the most popular is GitHub. So create a repository on GitHub. The name can be whatever. By the way, subscribe. And here you can choose either public or private. I personally think private is best, but it's up to you. These options don't matter, so you can just create a repository. After you've created a repository, you want to go to your settings, community plugins, and install that plugin that I told you, Obsidian Git. It's right here. You just install it, and you configure it to link to the repository that we just made. So now we are all set here, and everything we have to do is to download this app on your mobile phone. I'm gonna walk you through this on my phone to make it easier. So go to the app Obsidian and you're gonna create a new vault. My vault's name is Minerva because of the goddess. So you don't want to store it in iCloud, because if you did that, you wouldn't need this tutorial. So create, and there's nothing. Okay, so this step is not mandatory, but it's nice to avoid conflicts between versions. So go to settings, about, and go to the advanced. Here you can write anything really, but I'm gonna write Obsidian Mobile. So I know this folder is specifically about the mobile version. So relaunch, nice, that's done. Go to working copy, gonna add a new repository, clone repository, and here I already linked my account, so I can just select my repository here, and you just hit clone, wait a few seconds because my repository is a little bit big. Okay, nice. Here in our repository, we open it and click share. It's gonna show us the options, and we want to set up folder sync. We select it, and here we search for Obsidian and the vault that we created. We hit OK, and it's syncing. Okay, it's done. Nice. Now, if we go back to Obsidian, we can see here that all my stuff is here. So if I open calculus, all my notes are here. So we can view it in our mobile phone, and I think it's pretty neat to have in hand. So as you can see, images and everything really, it all works here. So that's it. Now you have your mobile phone synced with your desktop. I know, a little bit complicated, but with work you can make it happen. But that's it for today's video, folks. I hope these tips help you be more productive in Obsidian, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!